What happens when the laughter of children fades away from our playgrounds, when schools turn silent and the future generation becomes a dwindling minority? This isn't a dystopian fiction, but a real-world issue confronting nations today. Japan sits at the heart of this demographic shift, grappling with a record-low child population that marks its 43rd consecutive year of decline. Japan's playgrounds are becoming quieter. The land of the rising sun now counts just over 14 million children aged 14 or younger, representing a mere 11.3% of the total population. But Japan isn't alone in this demographic quandary. Across the Pacific, the United States is witnessing a similar trend. Families are growing smaller, with financial instability, climate concerns, and changing attitudes towards starting a family contributing to a declining birth rate. Like Japan, the US faces economic challenges from a shrinking labor force and the increasing costs of supporting an aging population. Meanwhile, in East Asia, China mirrors these patterns. Despite being the world's most populous nation, China's fertility rate hit a record low in 2022. Its workforce is shrinking, threatening its economic vitality and global supply chains. So, we find ourselves in a world where the echoes of children's laughter are fading, posing profound questions for our future. These declining birth rates aren't just about fewer babies. They're about economies teetering on the brink of stagnation, about the strain on social services, and about the potential loss of cultural and societal vibrancy. In this video, we've delved into the heart of this issue, examining the situations in Japan, China, and the US. We've explored the factors contributing to these declining birth rates, from economic instability to shifting societal attitudes. We've also considered the potential solutions, such as increased immigration and government intervention, and their varying degrees of success. The narrative of declining child populations isn't a story of numbers alone. It's a story of societies in flux, of changing priorities, and of nations grappling with the prospect of a future that looks vastly different from the past. It's a story that, like the children it concerns, holds the promise of the future in its hands. As we move forward, it's essential to keep this narrative in focus, to understand its implications, and to engage in the vital conversation about what it means for our collective tomorrow. In the face of these challenges, the world is forced to adapt, to innovate, and to find new ways to sustain growth and prosperity. As we've seen in Japan, China, and the US, the path isn't easy, but the journey is one we all share. The story of our declining child populations is still being written, and it's up to us to determine how it unfolds.